Afkicken is allesbehalve makkelijk. De eerste stap is misschien wel de moeilijkste. Wanneer je zover bent is het belangrijk dat je naar een plek gaat waar je je volledig kan focussen op je herstel. We zijn langs geweest bij 2 klinieken van de Award-winnende Villa Paradiso Group. Allereerst in de eco-rehab in Spanje en vervolgens in Tunesië. Hier wordt een luxe inpatient behandeling geboden voor mensen met gedrags- en verslavingsproblemen. Persoonlijk, professioneel en betrokken zijn de 3 kernwoorden. We gaan als eerste naar de locatie in Málaga, waar alle behandelingen in het Engels worden uitgevoerd.
You would ring the centre. The centre would do an assessment which would look at some basic questions, whether it's the right place for you, whether you feel comfortable. After the assessment, then they would arrange a call with someone from the medical team, and then they would look at the medical issues to see if it's the right place for you, and then they would ask some more questions as they're going through the assessment as it gets deeper along the line to make sure it's the right place for you and also that you'd feel comfortable. So the clients would then be shown their room. They would go there with a support worker or maybe their therapist. They would help them pack their stuff away, help them feel a bit more calm. Then we would show them the program, what goes on during the day, and then we would look at introduce them to the rest of the clients so they can get a feel of where they are and they're calm and there's no pressure for the following day when their program would be starting. So the program looks like they are woken up in the morning at 8:30 to have breakfast. There's 2 groups in the morning. In between them 2 groups they have a juice break as well where they get a vitamin shake. Then we have a lunch which is freshly prepared. After lunch they will have meditation or relaxation. Then once that have finished they will have their individually one-to-ones, or they'll be doing their own assignments or working with their therapist on whatever issues have come up during the core day. So the day is very structured, but it's individually designed in that structure of what will go on in the core day. So there's all different types of therapy. There's one-to-one therapy, there's art therapy, there's nature walks, there's fitness, there's individual trauma therapy, there's EMDR, there's inner child therapy, there's behavioural therapy, there's feelings and emotion therapy. It really depends on the client's needs at that specific time. So medical care is ensured by the clients because obviously they will come in with different sorts of issues, and to take them off of alcohol or some substances we would have to give them a substitute of medication and then reduce that in a safe environment with doctors and nursing care to make sure that they're calm and they're comfortable and also that they don't fit or have any other problems. So we have to reduce them very slowly in a safe environment to make sure that we can get them off of these substances or the alcohol safely and obviously so they're comfortable and they feel calm through the process as well. So we look at different things, different actions, different behaviours, different emotions they're expressing and try and help people to manage them emotions. So some people can be addicted to a particular substance, so that like alcohol or heroin where they become chemically dependent or alcohol dependent, or other people can be addicted to a behaviour or something that takes them away from what's really going on from them, so an escapism. So we have to look at both sides of the addiction and where it came from. So with dual diagnosis, it's always good to work with them both together because you want to focus where the core value is and then work with both the addictions together so we can balance them and then put them into recovery from both at the same time in a good environment and keeping them safe. So you should raise the alarm when you're noticing that things in your life that was unacceptable are starting to become acceptable, and everybody's different. So some people will raise the alarm because family members, but for me it always seems that it has to be when the person realises that they need some help. We can support them, but it's really got to be their decision and they should know when things are becoming unacceptable and maybe they need to reach out and speak to somebody.
Toch is het maken van de stap makkelijker gezegd dan gedaan. Matthew is ooit zelf in rehabilitatie gegaan en is hier nog altijd enorm dankbaar voor. Momenteel is hij succesvol therapeut hier in Málaga.
So I had my own problems when I was growing up with addiction and some coping skills that wasn't right, and I realised that there was a lot of focus on one specific thing. So was it I was maybe drinking too much, or maybe I was getting in trouble too much at school, but nobody just like thought of putting the 2 things together. And when I went through my recovery journey, I was quite lucky to be around people that sort of understood me, and I remember thinking to myself, if I do get into recovery, I'd like to help people like that, and it just developed like that. And then I sort of found new ways of developing new programs with families and with children, and sort of having some empathy with people, but also being tough love to sort of say, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I also understand that it's an hard journey to go on, so you've got to push yourself. So it's more having an understanding where they've been, but not enabling them to carry on as they are, to sort of like showing them there is a way out with a lot of support if they engage in it. So smoking is allowed during treatment, and in my opinion, we need to focus on the underlying issues, what's going on. It's not good to try and stop everything when people come into treatment, because we need to focus on the core issues and address them emotions and feelings. And if we ask clients to stop smoking, it brings up a whole set of emotions and feelings and takes us away from what we're really trying to achieve at that moment in time.
Tijdens de behandelingen zijn er ook genoeg geluksmomentjes. Zo wordt er veel waarde gehecht aan het doen van leuke dingen en daar hoort lekker eten natuurlijk ook bij.
Well, food is important during the process because the clients need it's a whole mind, body and spirit thing. So we like to give them healthy food, lots of vegetables, eating regular times, regular intake of food, and it all works well with them thinking, dealing with their emotions, getting some structure in. Healthy eating, also healthy mind, helps them to sleep better, helps them to get structure for when they leave. So it's very important that all the food is very good, very attractive, very fresh, what the clients need, fruit, vegetables. That's why we give the smoothies in the morning after breakfast, because it's encouraging them that food's a big part of the ongoing recovery process as well.
Om werkzaam te zijn in een rehabilitatiekliniek moet je sterk in je schoenen staan. Je maakt veel mooie, maar ook verdrietige momenten mee. We zijn benieuwd wat Michelle haar drijfveer was om te beginnen met dit werk.
Ik werk graag in de rehab omdat ik mensen graag een tweede kans wil geven in hun leven. Het is namelijk ook heel interessant om het verhaal van mensen aan te horen als ze hier aankomen en hoe ze dan weer weggaan. En dat geeft mij heel veel voldoening. Om mensen hier binnen te zien komen en weer weggaan als een heel nieuw persoon. Dus echt een tweede kans om het leven weer met volle moed aan te pakken en volledig te kunnen genieten. Een kliniek kan zich onderscheiden door de locatie waar die ligt. Deze kliniek bevindt zich in de natuur. Het is belangrijk voor de cliënten om volledig tot rust te komen en terug te gaan naar de basis. Het klimaat speelt natuurlijk ook een belangrijke rol. Gemiddeld over het hele jaar is het 18 graden en hebben we 300 dagen zon. De award-winnende kok bereidt het eten met lokale ingrediënten en groente en fruit uit eigen tuin. Maar het allerbelangrijkste is de persoonlijke begeleiding, het recordaantal 1-op-1 sessies, de therapeut en de 12 maanden aftercare. En op deze manier wordt er een proces gecreëerd voor de klant om positief in het leven te staan. De excursies die worden georganiseerd verschillen natuurlijk in winter en zomer. In de zomer zoeken we graag de verkoeling op. Zoals vorige week is er een jacht gehuurd om dolfijnen te spotten in Marbella. In de winter worden er vooral culturele activiteiten georganiseerd. Zoals het bezoeken van het Picasso Museum in Malaga of met de kabelbaan het hoogste puntje van Benalmádena bezoeken. Deze excursies worden georganiseerd om de cliënten voor te bereiden op de terugkeer in de samenleving.
The families are involved as much as the client requests them to be involved. As a therapy team, we'll have to discuss it because our loyalty lies with the client. But if it's going to benefit the client on their recovery journey, then we would discuss it and then we would move forward with asking the family to be involved as much as they wanted to and make sure that both parties agree and it's for the best outcome of the client at that time.
De rehabilitatie kan mensen dus veel goeds brengen. Khalil heeft dit traject ook in Spanje gevolgd en wilde zijn expertise als inmiddels ervaringsdeskundige voortzetten in Tunesië. Hij vertelt hoe het herstelproces eruit ziet.
My life was totally unmanageable, so I decided to check myself into a center in Spain. And that experience was a life-changing experience. After finishing my treatment, I came back to Tunisia and realized that there was no facility and no treatment for people with addiction. I decided to ask for help from the founder of the center where I was in Spain, and he accepted and came to Tunisia and decided to open this center with me. So far I'm using whatever experience I had when I was in addiction to share my story with the people who come to get treatment here. We've been open for more than 2 years now, and we had people from all over the world. Our treatments are in French and Arabic, and we are the only one or one of the few luxury centers who treat in Arabic in our region. Sharing my story with people help them decide to get treatment and get well.